Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Michael J. Wilson. I'm the National Director for Americans for Democratic Action. I offer this testimony on behalf of the Greater Washington chapter. Howard Croft could not be here today. For more than 62 years, Americans for Democratic Action has made social and economic justice the cornerstone of our mission. No issue exemplifies this better than ADA's stand for civil rights. One of ADA's founders, Walter Reuther, who also founded the United Auto Workers, was one of the organizers for the 1963 Civil Rights March, where Dr. King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Walter Reuther was not African American and did not face the racial discrimination that Dr. King was struggling to end. But he knew wrong when he saw it, and he had the courage to confront it. It is in that spirit that we submit this testimony. ADA members come from all over the country and from all different backgrounds. We live in every part of our nation's capital as well. Most of us are not lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, but each and every one of us believes that injustice to one is an injustice to all. And like the late Walter Reuther, we know wrong when we see it. That is why we are strongly in support of the District of Columbia's effort to enact the Religious Freedom and Civil Marriage Equality Amendment Act of 2009. Government's role is to ensure fair treatment and equal opportunities for all citizens. The principle that our nation was founded on, that all people have, quote, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, are truths that call out for marriage equality, just as they called out for the end to racial discrimination. The inevitable discrimination that flows from permitting some marriages, but not others, is both unfair and unconstitutional. It is a symbol of how our nation values some people and their relationships more than others, and is reminiscent of a time we had hoped was long forgotten, when marriages between people of different races were forbidden for the same irrational reason now given for opposing marriages between these consenting adults. Since our city already recognizes same-sex marriages performed in other states, and many of our LGBT neighbors have already wed, the burden is on opponents of marriage equality to now show proof that their warnings of dire consequences are more than just bigotry. Because since the district began recognizing out-of-state marriages, the walls have not come crashing down, the fabric of society is intact, and marriage as an institution still goes on. None of the predictions have come true here or in any other place that has embraced marriage equality, as all reasonable people knew it wouldn't. Further, by some argue that this measure should be decided at the ballot box by voters, and that doing otherwise is somehow an affront to DC voting rights is disingenuous and opportunistic. In a representative democracy, we elect our leaders to make decisions on our behalf. That is the very heart of what we see at the federal level, and is what we see happening here at the local level every day. The effort to veto the actions of the local government by the use of a referendum actually offers out-of-state interests an opportunity to influence locally elected laws and undercuts decision-making by locally elected officials. The very actions we are seeking to end through DC statehood. Subverting democracy is the goal of those seeking a referendum, and it is an affront to DC voting rights. As allies, we will not leave the LGBT community to fight this battle alone. Americans for Democratic Action, and especially the Greater Washington chapter, strongly support the legislation permitting marriage equality in the District of Columbia. It will advance civil rights in the nation, reject state-sponsored discrimination, and reinforce the reputation of the District of Columbia as a progressive community of the 21st century. Thank you very much.
Thank you, each of you, for your testimony. I have no questions. Dr. Espinoza, we don't have a copy of your statement.
No.
If you would provide